It be that R, it be that A, it be that I. Our defense bang. It be that E, it be that R, it be that S. On our chest that got us far. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders. Just wanna be that hater. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders. Give me a stack, I'ma turn it to some raps. LA didn't wanna give us a home, but LV got us on the map. That be a fact, I bet it all on silver and black. Hard Carson and Mad Max got me in, but I've been down since the 90s. You know what the black hole, homie, don't try me. Greatest road keep some say that we grind me, but we bring the revenue every time we grind in third and some and Wallace done. Renfro caught it and now he's spinning. Mariota on third, he's sprinting. R.I.P. Madden, Al Davis, and all of the Raiders fans that we lost since the beginning. It be that R, it be that A, it be that I. Our defense bang. It be that E, it be that R, it be that S on our chest that got us far. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders. Just be the hater.
Raider Nation, what's happening? It's your boy Chris with Protect the Shield podcast, where my opinions might not always be popular, but they'll always be authentic. Man, I appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out my special show today, man. I definitely got a special guest in the building, man. But make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, man. I'll continue trying to get you guys the best Raider content out there, man. As you guys know, man, I keep it real and authentic. But, man, I got a special guest today, man. So I got, my boy from Northern Iowa, Star DB. He got the Phil Steele All-American, FCS All-American, first team All-Missouri Valley Conference. He's also was a conference player of the week, tied school record for the most interception returns in a single game and season. And now he is undrafted free agent for our Las Vegas Raiders. And most importantly, my guy's a brand new father, man. So I want to shout out to my guy, Demarcus Woo, Governor. What's up, King? How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. Blessed, man. For one, I just want to say thank you for, taking the time because, I know you got a new son, man. Was it like this week he came?
He came last Thursday.
Oh, last Thursday? Well, congratulations,
yes,
man. Congratulations. So is he a junior?
Nah, he's not a junior. I want to be his own person, but his name's Sincere.
Okay. Oh, that's fire. So I'm curious, man. So how are you able to balance, this pretty much the two most exciting, situations happening at the same time, man, with you having a chance to, do your dream, get a chance to play in the NFL, starting a family. How are you balancing that?
Just giving all the credit to God. There's been a lot of adversity, a lot of hardship in my life, and now I feel like it's only right that now that I have the opportunity to live my dream, my life is all just inclining, So it's a blessing. And I have a great support system, a great group of people around me who are genuinely happy for me and who have my best interest at heart. So they would make it fairly easy on my part.
That's fire, man. That is a blessing, man, for sure. So I know you're originally from it's around Tampa, right? Is that kind of where you're from?
Tampa, Florida.
From Tampa, okay,
yes,
okay.
Sir.
So just growing up there, man, like what was early life like for Woo? Just from a just regular life standpoint, but also from a sports standpoint. Like, did you play other sports growing up, or was you always knew you was gonna be a dog on that field?
Yeah, I played everything: soccer, baseball, basketball, ran track. Like you name it. I feel like I was in the last era where everybody was outside. As soon as you wake up, my grandma used to wait till we couldn't leave the house until 12. Then after 12, we wouldn't come back till the street lights was on. But
street lights come
outside, whatever.
Well, whatever, yeah.
Games, combining sports, all types of stuff.
Yeah. That's I miss some days, man. I miss some days. Now you can't really do that, man. But yeah, I remember you wasn't even allowed to come back in the house. Like if you wanted water, you got to drink from the hose.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all generation did that, but yeah, we had to drink from the hose, man. So.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. But so one thing that I was curious about, man, I heard AP kind of talk. It was I think it was a presser. It was something I think a couple weeks ago, but he was kind of talking about OTAs, about how the team was doing a lot of team building activities and stuff like that. And he was saying that there was some serious basketball games going on. So, and he said there was some hoopers on the team, but he said there was some that need to stick to football. So I
Right.
want to know, was Woo one of them hoopers, or was
I'm
you on
not
the
gonna lie,
sideline
I'm
chilling?
nice. I'm
Huh?
nice. I'm a hooper for real.
You nice?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
nice.
Okay. So I want to know. So who was some of the hoopers out there on the team, and who who,
uh,
who got who got some shaky ankles, man?
Crosby got game.
Uh.
Uh, Marcus Epps got game. Nate Hobbs can hoop.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. There's quite a few hoopers. I was surprised Christian Wilkins can hoop. Like he can actually hoop
I
hoop.
I believe it. He agile to be that big, bro.
Man, he windmilling and all. Like we got
Oh
some
damn.
hoopers. Nah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We got some
Okay.
hoopers.
Now who was kind of shaky? Who was out there looking like they had two left hands, man?
My boy Jack, man, Jack
Jack can't
hyped it
hoop.
up. Jack hyped it up like he was
Oh,
Mike, man. Jack was out there. Maybe it just was an off day for him, but
oh, Jack.
nah, it was fun. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, okay, that's cool, man. That's why I would have actually thought Jack could hoop, man. He just seemed athletic, so I'm like, man, I
Nah,
think he was probably.
he got the package. He got the package. I was just giving him a hard time. He can hoop. He just was off that day. We'll give him credit. Everybody get one. Everybody get one.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire, man. So, just kind of reflecting on just your journey, from getting here, because I know this was your dream. But who was like your biggest inspirations growing up, both like in football and then just in life in general?
Man, fortunately enough, I definitely say my parents, like both of
Mm,
them. Um, but my dad, my mom signed me up for football. Like
okay.
my mom didn't miss a game. My mom made sure I was at everything, every practice, everything, regardless of whatever was going on in life. But my dad, man, I wanted to be just like my dad. My dad played ball. Uh,
Okay.
we used to do drills in the living room. Then as I got older, we used to work out 5 a.m. before school. We used to do all kinds of stuff, man. And in life, definitely my dad. He's one of those guys who you can go to him about anything. He's very approachable, and he'll always listen before he responds. You get some parents or some people in the world that as soon as you get to starting your story, they already cutting you off
They,
trying to get to it.
oh
So
yeah,
my
they don't want
dad,
to
my
hear it.
dad's he's very approachable. He's very wise, and I get that compliment a lot. And I just give him all the credit for the wisdom because he's been dropping jewels on me since I was small, man, small, small, small. So my
Yeah.
parents definitely for sure.
That's fire. That's fire. So what about just from so I guess what was it, your dad, from a football standpoint too? Like when you were small, but like when you saw people on TV, who'd you want to emulate?
Oh man, when I was in elementary, I had an older cousin who played quarterback named Benny Coney, and at the time he was like top three quarterback in the country, number one quarterback in the state of Florida. Um, and I had my quarterback dream. So my TV idol at the time was Cam Newton, and my first jersey
Mm,
I ever had was Michael Vick.
mm.
Um, but I will say, by the time sixth grade came and number 7 with the blonde hair at LSU was there, Mr. Tom
Oh,
Matthew, it was over. Game over with. Game was over with. And since then, it just head over heels. Like,
you
that was
you
my
play like him too. Like I could tell
man.
that's an inspiration, because even though he's safety, but like just watching your film, man, you're like a pest for the quarterback. And
Yeah,
honestly, especially when he was at the Chiefs, I always just used to hate him, man. I'm like, he's like
yeah.
a little roach, man, just
Regardless, he's
everywhere.
coming.
He's
Yeah,
coming, bro. He's
he's
coming,
coming.
man.
He's coming. For me, I just gotta respect it. No, I'm not the biggest guy, but when that contact come, you can't tell. Like I'm
Yeah,
coming. I
yeah,
remember there was a clip with him on the Chiefs, on the mic'd up probably about 5 years ago, however long it was ago, when he came off the edge and basically a lineman pancaked him. He got up laugh and he came back in
yeah,
straight full speed. Like that's just my MO, man, and that's
yeah.
why I say I get from my dad because my dad played linebacker and I was little. I played linebacker, so it was like mentally and physically, like I got the heart of a Mike. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
play like I think I'm 6'3", 6'4", but
Yeah.
I'm just that effort, that want to, that hungriness, that scrappiness. Like I need
That's it.
everything that come with it.
That's it. And that like honestly, and that bleeds out on your film, man. That bleeds out. And honestly, and then players like you, like the evaluators probably can't even fully evaluate you in OTAs, man. It's once we get
Yeah,
them pads on and you start
yeah,
knocking heads off, man. That's when they gonna know, okay, Woo here, man.
yes, sir. And that's what I'm most excited about. Fortunately enough for me, I had the opportunity to capitalize on opportunities. And so I feel I'm in a great space. The people around me feel I'm in a great space. So
Mhm.
now just knowing that my best is yet to come, I'm very
Oh yeah.
excited. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. So I know that you originally was probably like a Bucks fan, right? And just growing up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
hands
yeah. That was
down. My dad still has a whole Bucks room. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So I was watching one of the other interviews, but then you flat out said, man, like you wanted to be a Raider though, man.
yeah,
Before
absolutely,
I love
absolutely,
that. I love that. And that's I
absolutely.
know Raider Nation, we love hearing that, man. When you said that, I'm like, oh, he one of us, man. So what
Yeah,
made you think that? Is it something in particular, or when you met the coaches, you were just
it
like,
was
I rock with them?
it was really quite a few things. For one, look at the history. You watch my tape, like you said, and then you look at the history. Like the
Yeah.
Raiders is scrap like junkyard dogs. You know, we don't
Throwback.
we
Throwback.
bleed it. Like it's a lifestyle. Like, and that's just throw me and let me be immersed in it. Oh my goodness! Like who doesn't want to be a part of that? You know, that's like
Yeah.
uh that's like back in the day, a quarterback coming up. Everybody wanted to play in the Pac-12, the Big 12, and throw the ball 5,000 yards a year. You know, so for me, it just was like, oh yeah, go with the bad boys. Like, on top of that, you look at the scheme, like for DB, for any defensive player, who wouldn't want to be a part of it? You know, like I've
Yeah.
never been, like I wasn't committed to Alabama. I had two, or technically two championships, but it was all in the same year. My eighth grade year, our team, we went like 26-0, got to go to all these
Yeah.
different tournaments. But other than that, man, I've always been on 6-5 teams, seven and
Yeah.
threes, 1 year 8-2. You know, like I've always been. I think that's what instilled the leadership in me. I've never liked the easy route, and that's just been my life. I've never had the
Man.
silver
Yeah.
spoon. I've never had the gifts. That never had to just give it to you. And no,
Mm.
everything I've had, everything me and my family got to this day, we've earned. We've earned.
Mm.
I've watched my mom and my dad go through hell and back. You know, individually, together, all type of stuff. So that's just me. Like I truly love the game. I have respect for everything that came before me. And I want to be example and set the path for everything to come after me. So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, the Raiders where it's at. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, that gives me goosebumps, man. Because for the longest time, like I've been a fan for a long time, and that was one thing that used to bother me because it's like, you see player, and you could tell when players is fully locked in or players just want to get a paycheck, man. But I really feel like the culture's changing. Like you got guys that want to be here, you got guys that got that dog mentality. So like when I hear players like that talk, man, get me fired up as a fan, man. Like that's what it's about. Like if we was a different fan base, like the Chargers, I mean, they soft, man. But the Raiders, we want some people that that talk, man. And so
Yeah.
I love hearing that, man.
Yes, sir.
So just your transition to the pros.
Okay.
So like as you make the leap to the NFL, so like what parts of your game do you feel have like evolved since you've left college? I know it's only been a little bit of time, but
Right.
what do you think?
I feel. I'm not gonna lie. I feel as if overall, like everything had no choice
Mm-hmm.
but to evolve. Just because, like I was saying about being fully immersed in the culture. When you're
Yeah,
a dog and you throw a dog in a in a cage full of other big dogs,
yeah. You
he got to
just
be a big dog 24/7. So it's gonna bring the
yeah,
best out of him.
yeah,
Um, and going back, obviously, I'm not trying to be repetitive, but going back to that, since we were just talking about it, my eighth grade year, When I was telling you, we went like 26-0, and we were all a bunch of dogs. I
Yeah.
played some of my best ball that year just because everybody was good.
Everybody, yeah.
My dad always used to say, like, it's easy to be the best player on the garbage team. Go stand out, run them real guys,
More dogs,
So
yeah.
exactly. So yes, so I feel overall everything. I've evolved everywhere. Like mentally, I feel my IQ is probably 97% of the reason why I'm in the league. That's boosted. Physical skill
Mm.
sets boosted. Everything. Like
Mm.
it's a true blessing. And I'm a guy who honestly, like you said, I was undrafted. So that chip will never leave my shoulder.
Yeah.
My family doesn't have a 5-story house and 10 cars, and my
Yeah.
mama got to get up and grind every day. My dad has to get up and grind every day. I have a son now, so the
Yeah.
hunger's
It
different.
got
So I
real.
have,
It got real.
yeah, it got a little bit realer. So I just, like I said, man, I'm just trying to capitalize on every opportunity to do whatever it takes to make my dream stand. Make it last, like not be one
Yeah.
of those guys like, yeah, man, I was in the
I
league for a
wish
little
I
bit. Nah, yeah, nah.
yeah. That's fire. That's
Yes,
fire.
sir.
So did you before like during the draft process, did you have an inkling that the Raiders was interested in you? Like, did you like going into it, or were there some other teams that were like, man, we may be looking at you, or did you really feel like the Raiders were for real? That if they didn't
Right.
draft you, they would come swing the block and get you.
No, definitely. There were a few other teams, but the few other teams, it felt like business. From
Okay.
college recruiting, you could kind of tell, like, it. Words are words, and
Mm-hmm.
if you really listen, like, I feel like that's how colleges get so many kids to recruit. Because if you really listen, they can make. I know coaches for a fact. I've done played under them. I've done been around them that can make a loss sound like so amazing. Like,
Right.
so if you really listen, they'll
Yeah.
tell you everything you need to know. But the Raiders, man, I'll tell you, a guy named Curtis Knox. He's one of our head scouts. He came to like 3 or 4 practices.
Okay.
Then the Raiders came to a game or two. Then I had a very fortunate opportunity to chop it up with Champ Kelly, the assistant general manager. And so
Mm-hmm.
just going throughout the process, seeing how consistent they were, seeing how they they didn't want me to do anything besides be myself, I was like, yeah, they
Yeah.
might, they might, regardless of how it plays out. I think so. I was still training for the combine and training for pro day when I still had that gut feeling like, man, I'm going to the Raiders. Like, and at
That's
the same
fine.
time, you don't know. And
Yeah.
I knew this going into the draft, but still during the draft, I'm seeing certain guys go in front of me. I'm seeing some guys' stats. I'm seeing some guys.
You're like, I'm
I'm
better than
like,
him.
whoa, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
man. So that was pretty stressful.
Yeah.
But God makes no mistakes. So
Yeah. Now, what was your agent telling you beforehand? Did you think that you had a chance to kind of go? Like, were you projected in a certain round, and you were like,
there were some grades. Like I had a very, very good pro day. So between production and pro day, I think my earliest grade was still like 5th round, something like that. And
yeah,
the agent's gonna tell you, like, hey, if you projected 5th, 6th, or 7th, you better off going
expect
UDFA so you can
pick your
pick your
team? Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
But the competitor, nobody dreams of being undrafted. Everybody wants to
yeah.
hear that name
We hear that
called.
name. Yeah.
But yeah, so I knew I was day 3 to UDFA.
Okay.
But still, I also was the same guy who my coach at my school before I transferred told me hands down I couldn't play college football, this, that, and the third. So that really didn't mean anything to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, that's some of the players I done talked to. That was a lot of them say that draft day was like one of their most stressful times, man. Just
Absolutely.
yeah, it was just an emotional roller coaster, man. But yeah, I'm glad. I love hearing that. There's that team culture because again, like one thing, as a fan, we go through the ups and downs too. And last year, I'm sure you probably hear about it in the locker room about how crazy it was when our former coach was there, and then when AP took over, it was like night and day. So
Right.
they're big on just this team culture thing. And they say certain things that and you said it, well, kind of alluded to it earlier, but like, they talk about the standard. Like the standard is the standard. Like I keep hearing Devontae say that. And I feel like before Devontae got there, nobody was talking like that. That's why I love Devontae so much, because now when I'm hearing Max talk or I'm hearing Hobbs talk, in fact, I heard you say it, you know what I'm saying, in one of your other interviews, man. It's like now it's like the standard don't change. There's no
Absolutely.
excuses. The standard's the
Absolutely.
standard, man. I love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So so I guess what's been the most challenging aspect of just adapting to the NFL and the level of competition? I know the cliche answer is all the speed's different and all that, and I'm sure that is, but what is it about just the NFL that it's like, man, this is real?
Right. To me, the biggest difference from there's two of them, but the biggest differences from college to the NFL is what I tell all my friends that are like currently playing college or like that people that just ask me. To me, the biggest differences are one, in college you could make a play or survive a down if you have a brain fart. Sometimes the offense will get the jump, they no huddle, excuse me, and there'll be a time you kind of got the big guys like, oh, what are we going, and you just played it down, bump it, let's play football,
Can't do
and you
that.
might mess around and make a play or you survive the down. In the NFL, everyone around you, the 21 other people, the 10 other on defense and the 11 on the other offense, everyone's going to execute. So if you ever have a brain fart or you ever have a slight bit of uncertainty, you're going to
You
stick
in
out like a
trouble.
sore thumb, and the
Yeah.
ball's coming at you, the play's coming at you right now. The second thing is college is more of a perimeter game. A lot of bubbles, a lot of jet
Yeah.
sweeps, a lot of fly motions. Let's get to the perimeter. The NFL is very condensed. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of typeset formations, near formations. It's a lot of motion to get into this, motion 2-3 times. So those are some of the biggest things. But ball is ball is ball. So
Yeah.
I kind of adapted fairly quickly.
Do you feel that it's because a lot of people, one thing they say about Patrick Graham, because he's he runs from what we understand, just multiple types of defenses, and you got to be pretty smart and be able to retain information under him. So someone like you who's kind of a student of the game, are you still able to like to read and react and kind of use your instinct, or is it still like you got to overthink?
No, absolutely. Just because, so the biggest thing for me was terminology. Because between Central Michigan and Northern Iowa, like my defensive coordinator and head coach at Northern Iowa, Mark Farley and Jeremiah Johnson, they were true rats of the game. Like, I mean, not to get away from your question, but I mean, there would be nights where my junior, senior year, I couldn't sleep 2, 3 a.m. I'm like, bump it. Let me go in. Let me go watch some extra film. Just had them jitters getting close to the season or whatnot. And they'll be in
They
there.
they in there.
They'll be in there. So we kind of had that mutual between the three of us. Like,
That's fire.
you love it like I love it. Real and
That's
recognize here. But between them, man, there's no like, yeah, there really hadn't been too many defenses I was ever unfamiliar with or haven't played or haven't ran or haven't drew up on the board. So the biggest thing for me adapting was just terminology.
mm-hmm.
And once I start getting the terminology, that's probably one of the easiest things to grasp onto is calling it this instead of this, calling it
Yeah.
that instead of that. But yes, sir, it was I love Coach PG's defense. Coach PG, he's been to the big dance. So Coach
Oh,
PG does an amazing job. I feel like every defensive coordinator, every great defensive coordinator has one thing in common, and that's allowing their defense to just play fast.
yeah.
You get some defenses that they want to do this, and the third. Man, Coach Farley used to always say, you try to defend everything, you defend nothing. Take one thing away and let your players be players. And
Yeah.
Coach PG is a huge advocate of that. Above the neck football. We're gonna keep it simple and y'all make it
Mm,
right.
I love that. I love
Yes, sir.
that, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Um, so again, I talked about like just the culture. So AP's impact on a locker room, like I said last year, we saw the shift. And especially in that Netflix special with Tay, we really saw it. But how would you describe like what the culture is inside that building and in the locker room? Like how's that brotherhood and just inside that building? What's it feel like?
Man, it feels like, have you ever had something like had moments where you were looking forward to something so much, like I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do this, and then
Yeah.
you get there and it's like,
Like this
oh,
ain't
it's
it.
not even.
This ain't it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm having the opportunity to live my dream, and it's everything I thought it would be.
Mm,
Like every day I go to work and I'm just like, thank you, God. Like I say that probably about 15 times a day. Just, it's
uh,
amazing, man. It's truly amazing. And the brotherhood's so real. Like me and Nate Hobbs talked since we've been done with OTAs and had this little player rest time or whatever. Nate Hobbs, we probably talk 2-3 times a week. Just, hey, you good? All right, cool. Marcus Epps, you good? Yep. Like, what you up to? Man, get on the game. Chris Smith, get on it. Like, it's real. Like, it's
that's
really real.
fire.
So the culture is amazing, from the kitchen staff to the front office to the coaches to the players, regardless if you were a first round pick or you're a UDFA or you're a 10-year vet, you're a
You
superstar,
family.
or
You
you're
family.
fighting, man. Everybody is. What does that mean? That's all talk for scouts and front office.
Yeah.
Everybody
Cause
in
you
here.
you there now. Now you there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got the same logo I got, and we looking past that. We looking at the person you are. And our front office and our coaches did a tremendous job of bringing in great people. Like, I used to always tell people, like, tell the younger guys at my school, or when I would go back to my high school or go talk to kids, the best men are the best players. Man, we have a
Mm,
locker room. We have a 90-man roster full of tremendous men. Everybody's a
mm.
stand-up guy. There's been a couple trends a couple years ago. I don't know if they do it now, but like, who on the team would you let date your daughter? Anybody on the team, like, like everybody on the team is great people. So,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay. No, that's fire, man. I love hearing that. Um, so what I guess how do you approach like building chemistry and trust with your with your other we'll start off with just your defensive back, just your DB room. Like how do you kind of get that chemistry? Like how did you and Nate Hobbs get to the point where y'all chopping it up like that? Or is that just kind of just a culture of what they do? They just reach out to people and just
Right. I mean, to each his own, and like although everyone is a great man, everyone's this and that and the third. I feel everybody still is their own person. We harp on being yourself. So, me and Nate was kind of different. Me and Nate kind of happened, like, I kind of earned his respect, quote unquote.
mm,
I kind of earned his words. Um, so we it's probably was like our third or fourth practice of OTAs, and I came out there and I made my first play. And
mm,
then after that, he just he came up to me and he was like, I think I made the play, but I wasn't like super like,
like
let's go. Right.
yeah,
And he came up, he's like, hey man, I know what your goal is. I see it. I was the same way. He was like, but you just made a play in the NFL, bro. Like,
yeah, get
this is the
geek.
NFL. This is the NFL, bro. Enjoy it, bro. Like, stop beating yourself up, bro. That don't mean nothing. Like, and so it kind of went from that to then we just went to talking, and it just took off from there. Um, he took me to breakfast one day, him and Brandon Faison, and we just talked about life, talked about our journeys, talked about everything, and we really just hit it off. I feel like I've known him my whole life. I feel like he was one of my college best friends. But a lot of the guys, chemistry gets established and trust gets established based on being consistent, just being yourself every day. Rookies, our organization is great on like welcoming rookies with open arms, regardless of their status. So I remember very first day with the vets, all the rookies had to do like a little icebreaker talent show kind of. So
Yeah.
of course, knowing my luck, I was the first one that had to go. So I went up there and did my little skit, my little 1-2, and
What'd
a
you
lot of
do?
the
What'd you
guys.
do?
I went up there, spit a few bars, man, and
Okay, you a
yes,
rapper?
sir.
All
Uh,
right.
yes, sir.
Little
Just
something.
do a
Okay,
little
okay.
dribble and dabble.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But no, I know they was up there, and just to see the confidence I had, see I didn't hide in my shell or tuck my
Yeah.
tail. That was like, okay, like, all right, you good. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how it worked for me. And then like Max, I kind of got established with Max just based off consistency. I'm one of the first ones, if not the first, in the building every day. So after like the 5th or 6th day, he done came in to the facility to get in the tub, and I'm already in there. Because at
Are
first,
you beating Max to the spot?
uh, yes, but not in the building all the time. I'm not
I
saying
got you. I
that. I'm
got you.
just saying like he would
I
see me
got
in
you.
there early,
Yeah, I mean
early.
that's fire though. Yeah.
But he like the first couple of days, I'm like, dang, that's Max Crosby. So I just like walk past him, what's up, bro? Like walk past him. Then like after about a week, he's like, man, what's up, bro? Like where you from? And then it kind of just went from there. So consistency, you know.
That's fire, bro. Hey, man, you're exactly what we need, man. I mean, just that mentality. I love hearing it. I only got a couple more questions. That's cool, man. I know.
No rush, no rush.
Okay, cool. So one thing I did want to talk to you about because just the off the field impact you got. So I know just beyond football, like what are some of like the off field activities, stuff that you're passionate about. So I know one thing that I did, I heard you say, um, you're all about giving back to the community, and also kind of like why is like autism awareness important to you?
Autism awareness means like the world to me. My youngest brother, my baby brother, Raja, he's autistic,
Mhm.
and it's just like to understand that I have the opportunity to live and do certain things that he may never get to experience. Like I hold that near and dear to my heart. So it's just like I want to spread like as much awareness, give back to the community, to the autism community as much as I can, just to make them feel just as special as anybody else. You know, like there's no such thing as someone being slow or someone being this or someone being that. We're still all our own people. And my little brother makes my day every
That's
day, like every
fire.
time we get on the phone. So, I just want to do something really in his name, you know.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, that means a ton to me. But as far as community involvement, man, I've always had a soft spot for the kids, man.
yeah.
When I was super little, my mom got us some tickets to the Outback Bowl. I believe in like 2007. I think it was like Florida versus Wisconsin. I think it was Florida versus Wisconsin. And there was a red shirt guy. I didn't know the difference, but there was a guy
Yeah.
on the sideline, number 85. His name was Lyndon Trail.
Okay.
Um, and me and my mom got to the game early so we could watch the warm ups and stuff. And somehow, some way, he found me, and he picked me up, took a picture with me. So I got to like that just changed my like. I never forgot that, I
Yeah.
never forgot that as a little kid. So every time I get the opportunity to, I'm giving back to children. At my school, we used to have camps, and my coach pulled me to the side one day. He was like, "Man, I get so many calls from parents about how good you are with their kids and how well you're coaching them and just engaging with them, this, that, and the third." So then the following year, I had my own camp.
That's
NIL came out. I
man.
was able to have my own camp free of charge. I'm not doing it for the money, but it's
Yeah.
just like you never know what a child's going home to, and you never know what they'll forget. Children only know what they're taught and what
Right.
they see. So say like we know racism is a real issue. Man, I was in Iowa, so if I can get these kids who work farm or parents work farm jobs or who have every car they could dream of, everything they could think of, get them and remember that guy Woo with the tattoos and the locks that was
Yeah.
so amazing, this and that and the third. You think they're gonna grow up hating black people? You
Right.
think they're gonna grow up?
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
So it's just, man, just being the change, just doing my 1%, man. Giving back means everything because we're so much more than our helmet, and I didn't really grasp it until I realized I was going into my senior year, and I was like, dang, man, like I'm a big fish in a small pond, and one day this is going to end. Like it's not
Yeah.
forever. Like I have to do something. I have to do something other than that football field because there's going to be a million players after me to come and make the same plays. There's going to be a million players after me to come and surpass me. Like how can I be different? How can I know that I did everything in my power, and I took advantage of giving love and sharing, giving my time back to the youth.
Man, that's fire, man. It's almost like I'm talking to an old soul, man. It's like you, for as young as you are, man, you wise, man. So shout out to your pops and everybody that's instilled that in you, man. Because a lot of people your age, man, they don't got that yet. Shit, people my age don't got that yet. So man, that's what's up. Um, have you found yourself kind of gravitating towards like any specific veterans on the team for mentorship, and what have you learned from them? So I know you did kind of talk about Hobbs. Would
Yeah.
he be the one, or are there others that you kind of gravitated towards?
Yeah, I'd say Nate Hobbs and Marcus Epps.
Okay.
Yeah, those two
Okay.
guys. Another Nate Hobbs story.
Hmm.
We were, I think we were bowling or eating. We were doing something, and I seen Chase Young, and I was like, bro, like that's Chase Young right there. Like I was trying to play it cool, but I still was like, bro, that's Chase Young. And he looked me in my face, and he was like, "And you're Woo governor."
Mm.
No,
Mm.
like it's simple,
That hit
but it was
different.
powerful. Yeah, it was powerful. Because it wasn't like I was all fanned out or like nothing. I was just like, dang, bro, like that's Chase Young, man. You're you. And he was like, so that, and then Marcus Epps. Marcus Epps is like a true behind the scenes guy. He plays with the same intent, the same passion you talk about. You see on my
Mm.
film. I seen that from him. You
Yeah.
know, and so I went up to him after like our first practice, or even before our first practice. I was like, "Hey, bro, like, man, I respect the heck out of your game, dog. Like,
Hmm.
you're truly a dog. Like for real. Like, you got
Yeah.
my utmost." And then he paid it forward after a few practices. He came up to me, and then he'll see me in there in the mornings after I get out the tubs and stuff. I used to go into the weight room, do my little body routine, get my body woken up for the day, and I was the only rookie in there. But it would be him, Christian Wilkins, and Amir Abdullah. So
Mm.
one day, like he noticed, then I stayed consistent, and then he just came up to me, started giving me little pieces of game, then just sharing his routine, and just he just told me, he was like, "Man, stay at my hip, like I got you, like
That's fire,
you
man.
straight." So
That's fire. That's
yeah,
fire. So are they mostly gonna have you probably at nickel, or what do they have you mostly working out as?
man, I've been playing nickel, I've been playing corner. I play more in the nickel than I do at corner, but I still play both sides at corner. It's
Okay.
whatever, and like I tell the staff, like I'm willing to do whatever. I can play safety. I'll go to receiver and run routes if y'all need me to. Coach is
Mm,
like, I'll
okay.
do whatever y'all need. But yes, sir. My
That's
coaches know I'm just a hungry football player, man.
that's
Whatever it
cool.
takes for the team, whatever it takes to make the team.
So in OTAs, what all can you do? Because I know there's certain rules and stipulations. So I know y'all can't really hit or nothing, but
Yeah.
were y'all able to do one on one versus receivers and stuff like that? Or
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to do one-on-ones, but you're allowed to do like team 7-on-7.
Evans?
You just
Okay.
can't contact, no touching, nothing like that. But
Okay.
it's pretty much like a Thursday practice in college, like
Okay.
a tempo
So
practice,
light,
like
yeah.
script.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, um. So who are some who? So when you had to guard some of the receivers, I know Tay wasn't there that much, but are there any of receivers that you like? He really liked that. He's really
Yeah,
like
absolutely. We have a great receiving core. They're all very good, but I told when I got home. When I got home and got to like finally like talk to my dad, catch him up on everything, I told him, I was like, "Hey, Pop, like that dude Jacoby Myers, like he's probably the best receiver I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I'll be trying to tell people. I'm like,
Jacoby's like that.
that's what I be, man. I'm like, no one has even seen his full. Like as a fan, I could tell we ain't even seen his full potential.
Yeah,
I'm,
Kobe's like that. And what I respect the most about Kobe is just that dog, like a dog recognize a dog. Like he did something, he did something in practice, and I just like it went unnoticed. A lot of people ain't really like pay attention to it, but it was like, hmm. I went up to him at the practice, like, bro, you from the crib, bro? You from Florida? He was like, no, I'm from Georgia. I was like, you might as well be from Florida. Like, I see it, bro. Like,
that dog.
you really cold. But then you look at him, he's also an undrafted guy. He's
Yeah.
also from down south. And then, so after I seen that, I went back and was watching film. I went to go watch the offense. When I'm watching the offense, I'm seeing how he's blocking these dudes last year. I'm
No,
seeing how he wanted to do everything. I'm like,
he's one of my
that's
favorite
why.
players on the team, man. He's one of my
Kobe,
favorites.
Kobe's raw. And then after the catch,
Yeah.
like before the catch blocking, like he's one of those just selfless guys. But that's what the Raiders are made up of. Everybody's selfless. We don't have a selfish person in our locker room.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. I've always been a big fan of him, man. What about and I don't want to like just point out certain players, but just because I'm a fan or I want to see his growth. I tell people all the time on my show that I think this guy's going to have a crazy year too. But Trey Tucker,
I knew you was gonna say Trey.
yeah, I like you.
Trey's
I like
nice.
you, Trey Tucker, man.
Trey's nice, man. He can go. Like he's one of
Yeah,
those guys. Like there's fast, and then there's like he can go. Like he don't.
mm,
A lot of people have like there's different kinds of speed. There's speed that takes a while to get going, and they get faster the further they run, or they're fast to start off, and then they don't have enough gear. And Trey can go. Like Trey's first step, he's going. Like Trey's super nice. He's gonna have a tremendous career.
yeah, I'm definitely a fan of him, man. So I was curious, man. I can't wait to hear about the one-on-ones, man. 'Cause I know y'all can start that when training camp, right? That's when y'all
Yes,
can
sir.
start. So you report tomorrow? Is that how that
Uh,
works?
what's today? Friday? Yeah. I
Okay,
fly. I fly into Vegas tomorrow, and we officially report 8 a.m. Sunday morning.
nice, man. Nice. That's sweet. Let's see. So what are your personal goals for the season, both individually and as a team?
Uh, Personal goal first and foremost, make the team. You know,
Yeah,
establish something for real, for real. Um, and the team goal, man, is always the big thing. Why not? Why not
yeah.
do it all?
Why not us?
But you can't do it all until you do it one game at a time. Until you win a division, there's a lot of checklist that goes into play. But I think you can't even achieve that if you don't execute, you know, capitalize on the opportunities we're presented with. It's still a game at the end of the day. We're still playing against other one percenters, some of the best in the world. So I'd
Facts.
say just be consistent in our assignment, be consistent in our alignment, our technique, and capitalize. Don't chase plays, let the plays come, do what we do routinely, and everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, yeah. How do you stay focused and composed during like the high pressure moments in games, like when the game's on the line? How do you, because that's the way you play. I could tell you play with so much emotion and passion. Like how do you keep that that even keel when it's the big pressure is coming?
Once again, man, a tribute to my dad. He was big on establishing pressure is a privilege. So we live
Mm,
for those moments. Like we live for those moments. I want that moment. Like I tell him all the time, and I want that ball to be in my court. They gave me a chance. I'm a UDFA, but they gave me a chance. I'm here. I'll take my shot 10 times out of 10. Like I believe in me.
talk.
Like so.
But
That's pretty much it, man. I really feel like it's just something you can't coach. It's in you or it's
yeah,
not. But once you get to a level like this, 9 times out of 10, it's in everybody else too. So
yeah. You
I just
you
take pride. I
you,
take pride in that because I
you a
understand
you a
too.
Kobe fan, ain't you?
Yes, sir, definitely.
I could tell that you got that. You just got that mentality, man. You got that
Yes, sir.
mentality. Um, Last question, man. Just what's your proudest moment, just as a football player?
As a football player, proudest moment. My senior year, we're playing a game. We're playing a game against a school. I'm not gonna say the name, but against a school we knew we were gonna win. We knew
Mm.
we were gonna like. If we lost to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah, I know
no
them
way.
teams.
Like,
I know them teams. Like not this
this
one.
the game. This the game we all know. Like, can road to glory mode. We all can go
Yeah.
crazy. Have so. But we're going into that game, and I go into my coach's office, my head coach office, and I was like, "Hey, coach, man, we had this guy, we had this kid, man, and he's the same age as me. He's been here just as long as I've been, and his history. He hasn't like always been healthy, but he's a super team guy, man." I was like, "I don't care if you got to pull me out. Like, can we let him play a snap? It's senior night. Can we let him play something?" And my coach
Mm,
just looked at me, and I was like, but then before I was like, I know, coach. I'm not already thinking about winning. I'm just saying, when we do get up, like if we do everything we should do when we get up, like, can we
throw him
get
in
him
there.
in?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then sure enough, like to see Coach Farley do that, and then like he just came up to me after the game, shook my hand, gave me a hug, and told me it's like, man, you're a special man. Like that that's probably my proudest moment in my football career. a lot of people would probably be like the pick sixes or the forced fumbles or this, that, and the third. That's cool. That's on tape. That'll always be there. It's the stuff people don't know about. My dad always used to always say, like, what you do in the dark is who you really are.
Mm.
You know, and nobody prompted me to do that. And nobody probably knows it. Me and Coach Farley know that. Nobody else knows that.
That's fire.
And you see, I didn't say no name, so it's not
Yeah.
like, nah, but
Yeah.
that probably wholeheartedly is my proudest moment in my football career.
That's fire. Because that teammate, he probably will never forget that play that he played, man. You know, that was probably so big for him, and he probably tell his kids that story, man. That's fire, man. That's
yes, sir.
Hey, I got admit, man. You're very impressive, man. Just talking to you, just as a diehard Raider fan, man. I can't wait to see you out there playing, man, because you were the epitome of what Raider Nation loves, man. For real.
Yes, sir.
So,
I appreciate that.
man. But that's really all I had, man. I just wanted to, just give. For one, I wanted to get to know you, but I also wanted to let Raider Nation, get to know you and your story and all that, man. And then I heard you talking about you playing the game. I hope it ain't Madden or NCAA, because I'll smash you. I'm just letting you know. If maybe you play something else, but if it's one of them two, man, I might have to holler at you.
You P5 Xbox, what you got? What you on, man?
P5.
Send that game a tag, man. We can play whatever you want, Madden or NCAA. It does not matter.
Let's get it. I'm nice. Like,
yes, sir.
I'm still getting used to the NCAA, man. It's a little.
No.
Are you nice? Are you nice to NCAA?
Nah, we gonna see.
Who you play with?
Whoever. Ball is.
I play with Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan, so I'm bringing my boys
Michigan.
out. Yeah.
I'll go get Ohio State since you like Michigan.
There it is. Cool. Well, man, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, best of luck, man. Tomorrow, man, I'm definitely going to be, keeping my eye on you, trying to get, any information from reports I hear, man, but just, keep killing them, man. Let's keep applying that pressure, man.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me. God is good. I appreciate you. Stay safe, my brother.
All right, man. You take care, man. I appreciate you. All right.
Yes, all right.
We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. Just one beat